Have you ever had any STD scares?
No.
I have had one of
Thankfully.
those too.
Thankfully.
I've had one of
Really?
those too, and I shit myself. Oh my god!
Yeah, that would. And
Yeah.
it was like a serious one too.
No, it wasn't a serious one, but I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
So here's the story. So met this girl, Caravana, and how I met her was just like she was walking down the street and I was walking past her and I was like, oh damn, right? Looked good. That instinct kicks in. I start talking to her. We exchange numbers. We continue walking. She goes to her club. I go to mine. So a couple of days later, I hit her up and she's just like, the vibe was just going. Things just flowing. We're like, yo, let's hang out. Cool. So I was like, what do you want to do? She's like, we'll just go by down by the beaches and have like a drink or something like that. I'm like, cool. I'll just buy a drink. So she's like, yeah. So this is the girl who taught me about amaretto.
Yeah.
I've never had amaretto until her. So she's like, what? I was like, what do you want to drink? She's like, get some amaretto. And I was like, what the fuck is that? She's like, get some amaretto. It's perfect. You can drink it like straight, or you can grab something with it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So head down to by the beaches, and we just like set up on like a park bench and we start talking and blah blah blah. Start drinking, end up smashing outside.
Yeah.
The funny part of the
Raw
story, I believe so. Yeah,
Okay,
I did.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. So the funny part of the story, side note, so we were smashing outside and we're by a boat and these people come out of their boat. They're like, you guys need to keep it down. So it's like, all right, cool. No, they're just like, yeah, keep it down.
That's pretty dope.
So, we finish, we do our thing. I was like, damn, this is fucking dope. Like, I'm down to do this again.
Yeah.
So a couple days later, she's like, yeah, something came up. I'm moving or going to like New York for a while. I'm like, that really sucks. Like when you coming back, like next couple months, whatever. Cause I'm thinking like, yeah, I want to smash again.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't know right now. And I was like, that's really odd and stuff. Like it's so sudden. I'm like, but whatever. I'm young. I don't know. Cool. Maybe this shit happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's like a week goes by now and I get a call and they're like, yeah, you've been like in contact with somebody that has an sexually transmitted disease. And I was just like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm thinking the worst. I'm like, oh, this is like AIDS or something. I'm like, God damn, like what a fucking stupid. And at the same time, I'm like, I didn't even click into me right away, like who it was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it's not like I'm sleeping with the whole world or, you know what I mean? It was like a couple, one or two girls right now at that point. So it didn't even it didn't click into me like what was happening. So I'm sitting there like thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Like who could it be? And then they're getting information from you. So I don't like, they ask you like, how many sexual partners have you had? Have you had unprotected sex? And they go through this list of questions and I'm like answering all of them. And then I'm like, well, what do I do now? Right. And they're like, yeah, you got to go. We'll set you up to go to like a clinic or whatever. And you can go get tested and figure out, what's going on there. So I think I had asked like, what is it at the end of the call or whatever. And they said it was like chlamydia or something like that. So I was like, all right,
which
cool.
I think is like common.
I guess it's I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it is I guess it is more of a common STD. Yeah. So I go to the clinic, they test me out or whatever, and they give me some pills. So I'm really confused by this because I'm like, you're testing me, but you're giving me pills. Yeah. So you're saying that I have this shit then, right? Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, well, when do I find out or whatever? Yeah. And they're like, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, like you'll get the results. So if you can imagine, this happened on like a Thursday or a Friday. Yeah. I have to go through the weekend. Yeah. I have to go through the week, go to school,
Stressed out.
and I'm thinking like, why am I even going to school?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die from an STD.
Yeah.
My dick gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening to me?
Yeah.
How am I gonna tell like my friends, my parents, like that, you know, I'm one of these dudes from like, you know, the sex ed commercial. How am I gonna explain this? How am I gonna explain this? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I can't bang anymore because I've had this shit. So that means that's the end of like my sex life.
Yeah.
This is all what's going through my head,
For
right?
sure, you're stressed
So,
out.
you know, I'm so stressed out. So like, again, let's just ballpark say like I'm supposed to get the results like Wednesday. So Wednesday rolls around and I don't get a call the whole day. And I'm like, this is fucking outrageous. How do you guys have someone tripping like this and you don't call them to say that everything is okay?
Yeah.
This is foul, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it has to be like the end of that day and they call you the next day.
Yeah.
So like next day, midday rolls around. I had a cell phone this time. I think it was like my first or second cell phone. So midday rolls around. They haven't called him like, yo, this is fucked up, man. I'm going to call them. So I call them, and they're like, oh, yeah, your results are negative. I'm like, so you guys, I'm like, first of all, I'm like, are you guys sure? Whatever. They're like, yeah, your results are negative. I'm like, well, why don't you guys call and say anything? It was like, oh, well, we give you the pills anyway, and they take care of anything. And we just don't call people if there's nothing that we need to report. I'm like, after that,
Relief, bro.
after that, so I want to be. I want to be very honest and not exaggerate. I'm pretty sure that after that, I went on like it was either after that or shortly after that. I went on like a year hiatus.
Yeah.
Where I didn't sleep with
You
anybody.
forget it. Yeah.
And bro, all I did, that was the year that I read the Bible from back to front.
Yeah, and you want to know why? Because you're worried about disappointing your family, your mom.
Everything.
Right?
Let me tell
you
I
a
was
story.
like, I need to be like more careful. We don't think of our body. I think we have to remember like that to like respect our body too. And I think we look at like, oh yeah, well like racking up kills or whatever like makes us more cool, more desired, whatever.
Yeah.
And then at some point I like this switch went off and I was like, man, like I need to value myself more. And I'm just because you fly, like I'm not going to give you dick just because you like look good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that women can respect that a lot more 100%. When like you hold yourself to a value where you're like, even a girl, if she's fly, she's not just going to get you because she's fly.
100%.
You have some like, you have some control where you're like,
100%. But no, I think that shows that you're a good dude. And there's another guy I know it's not that he's necessarily a bad dude, but I guess he's less like family oriented. Yeah. You know, more of like, you know, run and gun type guy, like party, this and that. Yeah. I remember being at his condo one time. And
I don't know where this is going to go, but I feel like it's bad.
Yeah, he's just like, I smashed this girl. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, she fucking gave me chlamydia again. Like,
again?
And I'm like,
and he's just so open like that?
Yeah. It was
like it was nothing?
I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, is that bad? Or like, are you okay? Yeah, I just got to take these pills. It's no big deal. Be gone in a week, 2 weeks. Like, it was like nothing.
What
like,
the
whatever.
fuck?
You know what I mean? I think in that moment, I was like, yeah,
I ain't built like that.
Down,
I ain't built like that.
I got to get out of this game.
Because that shit could have been
bro.
something else.
I got to get out of this game.